Welcome to the channel. This is Jay Mancini, where we keep the wheels rolling and the cash flowing. All right, guys, so today I'm going to be talking about who has your money and who needs dump trucks. So if you're new to the channel, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned and watch to the very end. I'm going to explain to you who has the money, meaning who's going to be paying the dump trucks, okay, and where it comes from and why they need dump truck services. So guys, let's dive in. All right, guys, so who has your money if you're in the dump truck business or looking to get started in the dump truck business, and who needs dump trucks, right? Well, essentially, they're going to come from the same sources. So guys, number one thing you need to know is material suppliers, okay? These are the businesses, okay, that supply materials. And who are they, guys? The quarries, the gravel and asphalt suppliers, and the sand pits. So I'm going to break it down to you here and explain to you the difference. The first and foremost, guys, you're going to have quarries and gravel suppliers. So they're going to be the ones that supply the contractors who are right over here, okay? And we have two contractors. We have general contractors and subcontractors, okay? So they're the ones that are in charge of supplying any kind of rock, any type of gravel, or anything in between. So what this means, guys, is that they're the ones that are going to be hiring you and your dump truck, okay? So a lot of these suppliers, they're going to have multiple jobs going on throughout the area, wherever it is that you're located, okay? And the way it works, guys, is you're going to have general contractors or subcontractors call these suppliers, and they're going to say, hey, ABC Quarry or ABC Gravel Supplier, can you supply my job site, my construction project, with 50 tons or 50 yards of gravel, okay, or 50 tons of white rock, whatever the case may be. And so your quarries or your gravel suppliers are going to say, yes, we can, right? But who do they need to transport this material from here to the job sites? For these guys, and that's you, okay? So now you start to get a picture of how this works. So the suppliers get a phone call from the general contractors or the subcontractors, and they need this material to their construction projects, their job sites, right? And that's where you come in, because you're going to be the one that's going to be transporting the material from the quarry or the gravel plant or pit to the construction project for these guys here. Because ultimately, who places an order and who needs the material are the general contractors and the subs. But again, they got to call the suppliers, and the suppliers will utilize your services to get the materials transported to the projects of the job sites, right? Now, guys, same thing with the sand pit, okay? Same exact operation. If you're working or trying to work for a sand pit, same thing. You're gonna have your general contractors or your subcontractors. They're gonna be calling the sand pit, and they're gonna be saying, ABC sand pit, I need 100 yards of sand, or I need 200 yards, or maybe it's tons. I need 200 tons of sand, or 1,000 tons of sand, right? Same thing here. This contractor calls the sand pit to get sand moved to this construction project, and who do they need? The bridge. That's you. You're the bridge, right? Because they need somebody to transport that sand from the sand pit to the construction project. So, guys, why is this important? Because that's who has your money. Why? Because they're the ones that are going to hire you, and they're the ones that are going to utilize your service. Once again, we're talking about the material suppliers. This could be the quarry, the gravel suppliers, and also there's asphalt suppliers, okay? Now, asphalt suppliers work the same similar way. Now, it is a different type of material, right? So a lot of that is going to be hot mix. So there's different things that may take in place. Asphalt plants work a little different, okay? More than likely, you're going to be underneath a silo to load the hot mix. So it is a little different of a process in terms of you loading the material. However, the logistics are the same, okay? The general contractor or the subcontractor, let's just say they got a road that they need to pave. It may be half a mile, it may be a mile long, it may be 5 miles worth of road that they have to pave. So what do? They call the asphalt company or the asphalt supplier, right? Here in Houston, we call them the asphalt plant. And they say, hey, I need 1,000 tons of hot mix. And guess what the asphalt supplier is going to say? Okay, great. They set up the delivery, they schedule it, and then who do they need? They need you and your dump truck or your dump trucks, right, to deliver that material from the asphalt plant to the construction projects. So guys, that's how that works. Your quarry, your gravel, your asphalt suppliers, they're all going to supply these materials. Your sand pits the same way by utilizing your service services. So ultimately, that is who has your money. Now, of course they need dump trucks. I just explained that. But here's the other side of it, guys. Not only the material suppliers utilize your services, there's also the general contractors and the subcontractors that can utilize your services directly, okay? Now, here's where it's a huge plus and a benefit for you. If you can manage, okay, to get in direct contact with general contractors and with subcontractors, and they can utilize your services directly, this is just another way and another avenue for you to also make more money, okay, and to keep your dump trucks on the road. And like we say, we keep the wheels rolling, the cash flowing. Why? Because we have multiple avenues. Not only are we providing the suppliers with our dump truck services, but we're also dealing directly with general contractors and with subcontractors. Why? Because ultimately they all need dump truck services. So with that being said, if you can manage to deal directly with these guys here, with the general contractors, they may be calling you directly and they may be saying, hey, you know what, Johnny Trucking, we need dump truck services for the following thing. It could be multiple things. We may need to do demo. We may need to move concrete. We may need to move sand or even dirt out of a job site, right? Meaning they won't even call the suppliers. They need a trucking company that they can directly deal with, okay? And that may be you. Now, especially if you're able to do all these services, then of course you have a bigger advantage. Why? Because not only can you provide them with trucking services, but let's say the general contractor says, hey, can you go and pick up material for us? Well, now the general contractor calls you and you go and pick up the material and you deliver it back to their job sites. So now what you're doing is you're providing the contractors with all their trucking needs, right? What does that mean? That means if they need, the general contractor needs demo, they need to hourly trucks on site, or if they just need to move material from one location to another, they can call you because they know you'll be able to provide that service for them. Or if they may need for you to go and pick up material to one of these suppliers, of course you can do that as well. Now with the subcontractors, it's the same thing. The only difference between a subcontractor and general contractor, ultimately the general contractor usually is the one that's in charge of the entire project, and they may hire subcontractors to do different functions on the job, meaning they may have a subcontractor for the dirt work, they may have a subcontractor for the concrete work, they may have a subcontractor to do the utilities, right, the pipes. So with that being said, you want to also contact and connect with the subcontractors because obviously they also need dump truck services. So with that being said, guys, I just broke down to you why it's important, okay, to know who has your money and who needs dump truck services. Again, we got the material suppliers, the quarries, the gravel, the asphalt suppliers, the sand pits, but here's the bonus. Keep in mind, general contractors, subcontractors, being able to connect with them directly, that's going to give you a huge plus, a huge benefit, keep you busy, and always giving you more options, because the name of the game here, guys, is the more options you have, the more business you get to generate, right? So with that being said, guys, I hope you found this video valuable. Make sure you like and subscribe, and guys, let me know what kind of videos you would like for me to make next. So make sure you drop a comment below, and if you like this video, there's one video I would like to also suggest you watch. This video here, 10 unique tactics to market your dump truck business. Now, with that being said, guys, you already know what we do here. We keep the wheels rolling and the cash flowing, and we'll see you on the next one.